Hello, this is Mason Johnson. This is my formative speech. This is my note card. Let's begin. Imagine waking up in a world where you are stripped of your human rights. No freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of privacy, and are being starved and censored on behalf of your very own government. Most of us, including myself, would be mad, depressed, suicidal, and wanting the heck out of there. However, this is the normal life for the citizens of North Korea. In a study done by Dr. Jin Won and Soho Lee in their article Trauma History and Mental Health of North Korean Defectors, they highlight how bad the mental health is of these citizens, or the citizens that have escaped. They show that the ideal of suicide is in 28.3% of them, 13.3% of them have suicide plans, and 17.3% of them have even attempted it. This shows how important the initial act is passed by George W. Bush, and it further will prove how it plays a role in today's society. Robert R. King, who is part of the Special Envoy for North Korean Human Rights Issues, said in his testimony for the House of Representatives that it is very important that the Congress keeps passing this law because it shows the commitment to preserving the rights of North Koreans and shows that it is an important foreign policy of the United States. He also worked alongside the Prime Minister of Foreign Affairs and even was part of the team that was first sent over there. Another thing I found interesting was Professor Gregory Olfert and Terry L. Howard in their article titled North Korean Human Rights Abuses that was later published in a book called The North Korean Review. They highlight how the North Korean Human Rights Act of 2004 have expanded USA efforts and has even drawn outside attention from the outside world. My goal is to inform you about the North Korean Human Rights Act of 2004 and how it plays a role in today's society. The act, initially passed by George W. Bush, exposes the cruelty of the North Korean government and what they do to their citizens. It plays a key role in changing these, and it also plays a role in today's society. My hope is that by exploring the North Korean Human Rights Act, you'll leave this speech with a better understanding of how important it is that this act gets passed every 4 years and how important it is how bad the citizens are being treated as well. Many people lack the knowledge that North Koreans are being censored, starved, and much more on behalf of their own government. But this is slowly changing with the passing of the North Korean Human Rights Act, and we are seeing a slow change in the regime, otherwise known as the government. The North Korean Human Rights Act is a very important thing because it exposes the cruelty by this government. It helps advance the human rights of North Koreans, and it still is around today, even though it was passed in 2004. First, I would like to talk about North Korean human rights abuses. Tim Beale, in his 2005 book titled North Korea and the Struggles Against American Power, explains how the North Korean government treats its citizens and how they use their power to threaten their citizens if they want to speak out or anything. He is quoted saying, "Current human abuses in North Korea cover a wide range, including public executions, experiments on prisoners, and even having prison camps. Imagine living in a world where you can't say what you want, you are being starved on behalf of your own government, and are stripped of all your human rights." Sounds pretty awful, doesn't it? Next, I would like to talk about the importance of the North Korean Human Rights Act, first passed by George Bush in 2004. There are three main important factors of the act, which include to promote human rights within North Korea, assist struggling North Koreans within the country, and helping refugees out that have fled the country. In Terry Howard's and George Olfert's article, they're quoted saying the legislation authorized $20 million annually for refugees, $2 million to promote human rights and democracy, and another $2 million to support more flow of information within the economy. They also explain how the President of the United States appointed a special envoy which was part of Robert R. King, our previous source in the essay or the speech. After realizing the importance of the North Korean Human Rights Act and how it plays a role in assisting these North Koreans, we must understand why it's still important today. You must understand that the act is passed every 4 years, and it has to get repassed every 4 years in order to go into effect. Robert R. King stated in his initial article that it is very important that Congress demonstrates commitment to ensuring that the well-being of North Korean people remains an important foreign policy priority. The importance of the North Korean provides solutions for the refugees, provides outside information because they're being so censored, and promotes basic human rights to the citizens of North Korea through monitoring their government. In conclusion, the North Korean Human Rights Act of 2004 was a very important law passed by George W. Bush and still plays a role in today's society. Through the act, we are able to see the human rights issues faced by North Koreans, how the act is very important, what the aspects of the act contain, and how it plays a role in today's society. Since talking about the amazing work that the doctors, Jin-Won Lee, the American diplomat Robert King, and the two professors, we are able to understand the abuses they're being faced, the mental health issues they have, and why it is very important that this act remains a thing. I also hope y'all leave with a better understanding on how North Koreans are treated and that we must keep pushing for better human rights. Overall, I hope y'all leave this speech knowing what North Koreans are going through and how the act passed by George W. Bush still plays a role in today's society and how it further advances North Koreans' human rights. We are wanting a united North Korean peninsula, and overall, the North Koreans' Human Rights Act of 2004 is the biggest and was the first step in advancing this. Thank y'all for listening.